Today, we are presenting to you GRE mnemonics to learn 5 GRE words. Today's 5 words are animalcule, pastiche, parody, birdie, and logophile. Before we learn these 5 words, let me take you through a micro story. A water bear copy-pasted and duplicated itself. As a result, many water bears piggybacked themselves in a famous artist's pocket. While Rowan Atkinson was performing at the London Olympics opening ceremony. Here, Mr. Atkinson was contemplating winning a race. After the ceremony, he wanted to take a massive cutout of a logo and several colorful files and pay a visit to William Wordsworth's house. So let's move on to our words now. The first word was animalcule. Picture a micro animal with imaginary cool shades. Animalcule means an animal of microscopic smallness. It is an old term for microscopic organisms that included bacteria, protozoans, and tiny animals. We remember the meaning by visualizing a water bear. Many of us know about a terrestrial animal called bear, be it the grizzly bear, the polar bear, or the black bear. However, there exists something called as a water bear, easily observed under a microscope. Let's visualize. Visualize this 8-legged microorganism in outer space, highly resilient. Picture it with a cool shade. Thus, it becomes animalcule. Water bears are animalcules. They have survived extreme conditions. Example sentences. It is wisdom to respect the infinitely little, for God comes close behind the animalcule, life simplified to a mere cell. Animalcule fermentation engineering is the foundation of bioengineering as well as modern biotechnology and their industrialization. Our next word is pastiche. The trick to remember this word is copy-paste, as in imitate. Pastiche refers to a mixture of music, art, or literature, artwork combining materials from various sources, or imitates the style or character of the work of other artists. Picture US Capitol building and White House architecture styles embedded into a structure in Shanghai, China. Pastiche refers to musical, literary, or artistic composition made up of selections from different works. In literature, it imitates a famous literary work by another writer. Unlike parody, its purpose is not to mock, but to honor the literary piece it imitates. Note here that allusion is not pastiche. A literary allusion may refer to another work, but it does not reiterate it. Moreover, allusion requires the audience to share in the author's cultural knowledge. Some example sentences. Our house is decorated in a pastiche of Asian styles. Picture a house which is decorated using a culmination of various Asian styles. By this we mean many Asian styles have been incorporated while decorating the house. Thus, it forms a pastiche. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead, a tragic comedy written by Tom Stoppard, is a good example of pastiche. Our next word is parody. Picture something on par with comedy. Parody means a literary or musical work in which an author's style or work is closely imitated for comic effect or in ridicule. So visualize Rowan Atkinson performing at the London 2012 Olympics. A famous parody of a historical drama movie is depicted here. Rowan Atkinson performed under the guise of his famous character Mr. Bean at the opening ceremony of the London 2012 Olympic Games, where he does a parody of the Chariots of Fire opening scene. Aristotle identified the Greek writer Hegemon of Thessos, who lived around 400 BC, as the father of parody. Our next word is wordy. Picture Wordsworth as the trick to remember this word. Wordy means a person with an enthusiastic interest in words and language. You can remember the meaning by picturing William Wordsworth, a famous English poet who loves words. This is William Wordsworth, 1770 to 1850, and below is William Wordsworth's house. William Wordsworth was a famous English poet. His love for words made him a wordy. Some example sentences. The boy was muttering something to himself, but the elder could only hear a wordy now and then. My birdie is so wordy that it learns words in any language quickly. Our next word is logophile. The trick to remember the word is logo plus phile. Logo comes from the Greek word logos, meaning bird. Philic as in fondness for a thing, as opposed to phobic, which means fear of something. Logophile means a lover of words. Picture a logo with a lot of files. You can visualize this by a logo and file. Please note here that file here is just for remembering. It is just a mnemonic trick. Logo and file. My English teacher's passion for words rubbed off on me and turned me into a logophile. So thank you, viewers. Let us know about your experience here. Till we meet next with our next set of GRE words. Thank you.